Hold on. There we go. I don't know why I have to do that sometimes. Anyway, welcome everyone. It is another Friday, and I crave more chaos. Because I love chaos, clearly. I need to also do some more testing for the controller chaos system. The front end part is mostly going to be the same, though the back end changed a bit. So that's why I want to do another basic test of it. And I figure, last time I went through and I changed games a decent bit to, really try things out. Why not just add the wheel to that? So, similar to when we were doing Archipelago Wheel, the runs are going to have HP values, and you can hurt the run to force me to spin a wheel and change games. The games that will be able to be selected will be Kirby's Dream Land, X Zodiac, a Star Fox-like rail shooter. I've not played the early access in a long time, so they may have added a lot that I'm not aware of. Link to the Past, The Messenger, and Ys 6, The Ark of Napishtim. The reason I bring some of those up as well is because, well, with the new system, not only can I invert the D-pad, I can invert the joystick as well. So that'll be fun. I also got it so that it should work, whereas I can show the controller will now actually work with the buttons I'm pressing again. I just had to put it into Steam as a non-Steam game so that the non-Steam game, in quotes, can use Steam's controller thing. So let me get that up, and I also need to make sure I don't think I have control. I think I disabled controller chaos stuff. So I need to enable that back up. Channel point redemptions, control. Yep, it is currently disabled. I'm going to keep it cheap for today. But it is going to be enabled. So yeah, let me get one other thing. I hate how sometimes things will properly have home go to the start, or sometimes they'll have it go to the start of the current word-wrapped line, and it's not consistent. Anyway, let me grab a controller and swap things over. There we go. Because, as I said, this is Wheel. So I don't even know what that game I'm going to be starting with today. So which of the 5 games will we start with? Ignore the black screen. That's because I had to open up something to confirm it was working. And it looks like that's what we're going to be using anyway. We're going to start with Link to the Past. So let me go ahead and get that all set up. Also, I didn't say it, but hey, Maine, welcome. Put you down because I don't need you. And now let's get this all set. Let's also make it so I can see things. Recent. I haven't loaded this recently. Oh, I also might have to do some controller setup with this before we start. I don't have the English one. Doesn't matter. Okay, good. It looks like this is already set. Select start. Y, B, X, A, L, R. Good. Let's get that run HP started. And, excuse me, feel free to do any run or any controller chaos stuff. I have updated the UI a little bit, so this is also partly a test of that. It's not a big change, but it's a minor one. It's a minor one. It should be, I believe, also only 10 channel points right now. And you know what? Actually,
Face invert.
all right. All right, it's a little delayed, but that works. That works. I just need confirmation. I have an idea as to what I want to do for the actual indicator up top. If you see this on YouTube in the VOD, or if you look at my post on Blue Sky, I've taken an SNES controller and I've split it in half.
Swap.
Oh, well, we have swapped. Okay, that's X. Thank you for helping to test this, Maine. But what I'm thinking of doing is, and we'll have to do a test with this as well, so that it won't be saying what the effect is in text up. Well, it won't say it in text, and
Neutral.
Why is it not? Hold on. Yarrow pad, why are you not working? Oh, because I had to click you. I had to click it before it started actually. It only works if it has focus, huh? Okay, well, I can give it focus for now. That does not instill me with confidence. So maybe I didn't figure out a way to get this to work. Anyway, eventually I'm going to have it so that the TTS that's saying what the effect is not going to be there. That's right now there just for debugging, for not even, well, yeah, for debugging in alpha. We're in alpha testing right now still. What I am going to have as the indicator is, again, I've split an SNES controller out. Hey, Chief. Oh, I've waited too long to do that. I don't need to open this. That's a map. I know it's a map. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I have an SNES controller, and I've just, or an image of one, and I've split it in half. What I'm going to do is have it whereas if I'm in neutral, nothing's going to be displayed like you have right now. Because I don't think I need to display something if it's in neutral, but we'll see how that, actually, it might make sense to have it show neutral. If I decide to do that, it will just be a normal controller.
Face invert.
Right, so face inverted, all right. Face inverted. There's the button. There we go. So for this, what I would do is, you would see the left side of the controller being perfectly normal. But I'm going to take the right side, which again, I've split the controller in half, and the right side would be turned upside down. Well, I have two ways to think about this. Either A, I turn the entire right side upside down, or B, I have a, basically an arrow on the right side that's doing a half circle around it to show that it's been moved 50% over, or 50%. I have a 180 degree rotation on it. Or I could combine both of these, and that's what I'm now thinking I might want to do. The reason I'm thinking for the arrow and for just the rotation is because of the new system, I don't need to have just the 4 settings I currently have. I can do 90 degree rotations, and eventually I'm going to have it whereas I can also do shoulder
invert
D-pads. Wow, it's liking face invert today, isn't it? We did get other things. We got a swap, I believe. Hopefully we get something else. And we have one in the queue. Okay, so I do need something to better indicate. Well, we have swapped. Good, good. This is working. I do need something to help indicate where the Q numbers are going to be. But either way, other effects I'm looking at, as I said, were just 90-degree rotations instead of a full inversion. It could be 90 degrees to the left or to the right. I won't know. Well, I'll have those both as options. We're back at neutral. And though it's a little delayed, the timer is now disappearing when we're out of time. I don't know why it's delayed, but I'm okay with a few minor hiccups like that for now. Another effect I'm trying to figure out how do I get an indicator for it is going to be apparently I can just have it press buttons. I can have it be, hey, press the A button now. A la, again, sort of like Twitch plays Pokemon. What I'm thinking of doing is have a random effect be, and I apologize, I may have said all of this last time as well. But nonetheless, not everyone was here for last time. What I am thinking of doing is having it so that words, I can finish words, have a random effect that is like one of the crowd control effects for Ocarina of Time of press random buttons on me. So it won't be a consistent like every second thing. Come on, grab it. Grab it. It won't be a consistent thing, but it'll be like, for 30 seconds, a random button will be pressed every so often. It could be maybe 1 second in between. It could be maybe 2 seconds between. It could be maybe a quarter of a second in between, which just presses a button for me. I want to see how this all works, because, again, this is basically for a segment I submitted to Zeldathon. I don't know if they're going to pick it up or not. They're still looking at schedule stuff. If they don't pick it up, that's fine. I came up with this basic thing for Zeldathon as a way to force myself to get this to work. It's a thing I want for my channel anyway. It's going to be fun. Especially, I owe you all the I learn a speedrun of your choice, and the one that you all chose in the Discord was Kirby's Dream Land. So I am going to have it be, okay, probably starting next week. I'm going to, actually, yeah, next week, since I don't have Archipelago Wheel anymore, I'm going to have one day that is going to be speedrun day. I'm going to do Kirby's Dream Land, but it probably won't only be Kirby's Dream Land. I'll probably do Kirby's Dream Land and maybe something else, because Kirby's Dream Land is a really fast run. I don't think we need 3 hours of just Kirby's Dream Land. That could be me finishing the game, 20 times? Because I think the game is beatable in 5-ish minutes? I could be wrong, I might be off on time, but still. I feel like I want to say it took me like 15 minutes to beat it the last time I tried. And there are speedrun things for it that I need to learn. Nonetheless, one thing that I'm thinking of doing, I don't need to go that way, this is not a randomizer. One thing I'm considering doing with it as well is, okay, I've done a bunch of runs. Now we're going to do, okay, I'm doing speed runs, but we've got controller chaos in it. Or it could also be a case of, again, now I'm unfortunately going even closer to what Scott Falco was doing, but a case of, okay, we have run HP. I'm going to be doing speed runs, and if you all hit that, if you all make me drop down to 0 HP, I don't need to grab this, it's on the other side. If you all make me drop down to 0 HP, well then I change what speed run I'm doing. I'm going to want to figure out a few small speed runs that I can put on the wheel, and to be fair, right now what I'm thinking of is Kirby's Dream Land, because that's short, Prodigal Story Skip, because that's fast, and I'm debating if I want to put if I want to put Bonnie from Curse Crackers in there, because I know that's another fast one. That's another very fast one. I'm looking for things that are like under 15 minutes to beat. Not even world record, like the 50th percentile and up. I almost got that smoothly. I almost got that beautifully. And I admit, some of this, I believe, Maine or Leo, it was one of you two, I think, who originally mentioned trying to do this. It was either you, I think it was you, Maine, but it was either you, Leo, or Zephyroth, who had mentioned the idea of, there we go, of having a speedrun wheel, because I think you said that you saw someone else do something similar. Of just, hey, here's small speedruns that can be done, and then we just cycle around. Also, I don't have it for today because I'm doing things with Rabbit and Steel right now, but I am also considering having, I can do Rabbit and Steel with Controller Chaos now. That's going to be just nothing but hell for me. Oh great, I've got to dodge the Final Fantasy XIV mechanics, and oh god, what way is up? Because, hold on a second. I can now, well, one shot missed. If I hadn't fired left, it would have worked. D-pad inversion is no longer just D-pad inversion. It is also left joystick inversion. I'm right now still just calling it D-pad inversion because, well, let's be fair, 90% of the time, if you're using the D-pad with something, okay, not if you are. 90% of the time, if I am playing a game that uses either the D-pad or the joystick, they both do the same thing. I'd like some boots, please. I do think I need to get the stuff behind you. No, I don't. I don't. I'm going to do it, but I think I normally just skip this. Yeah, I skip this normally. I skip this normally. Whatever, I have more. I don't have to worry about tree poles with that. There we go, super speed. Here's a question for you all, though. It'll obviously, what I'm about to say is not going to be the case necessarily going forward for other things. I've got to get that timing better. Is 30 seconds long enough for the controller chaos right now? Or, I don't know if I said the right thing. Is 30 seconds long enough? Or do you all think it needs to be a little bit longer than that? Because right now 30 seconds is partly to just test and have it swap effects a little bit faster. And also, to be fair, it's because it's right now only costing 10 Kyanite, which is not a lot. I think you get 200 for your first time following, and I forget how much you get every... I don't actually know what the rate of gaining is. Unfortunately, I don't get to set that. That's set by the Twitch overlords to be, I think, consistent on all channels. I think I didn't do this the right way, but whatever. It worked.
Swap.
Oh. Okay, swap. This is my D-pad now. There we go. Now we'll dodge all of this. Oh, hey, Rathlos, welcome.
Face
Okay.
invert.
Oh, great, now the right side's inverted. Have we had just D-pad invert yet? I feel like we are only getting right side invert and... feel like we're not getting things. Then again, it could easily just be the fact that my brain... It's possible that's all we're getting. It is possible, but it's also very possible that my brain is just not paying enough attention.
Neutral.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to go farther away. Ba-dum-bum. I do think one other thing I may want to look into is having it so that I have it... This is just for my own purposes. I think I needed to record when it did a swap and what swap it did in a separate file from the StreamerBot log. Because right now it is logging stuff to StreamerBot. StreamerBot is... effectively, the way this is working is I have two applications that are working with each other. StreamerBot is dealing with the core brain of it, okay, how long does the effect stay? What effect have I executed? While I am also using the Joypad Live to... I should have picked that up off the way. Joypad Live for doing the actual controller inversion and whatnot. Because it's the only thing that communicates. It's a lot better. Ow. Hey, Ruby! It's better than my, it's better than the little one I made. Joypad Live was made by one of the main people who works on the Joypad OS, which is what the Raspberry Pi that I have intercepting my controller things is running. They also are the one who made the USB to USB device I'm currently using that is running all this. Or at least who flashed it. Either way, we've got this set up. And... there we go. Thank you. Couldn't remember which one had the arrows. Of course, it's not conveniently the lower ones. But yeah, going to the setup. StreamerBot is what handles... Wow, I'm doing terribly already. StreamerBot handles taking you all, sending the effects through Twitch or spending the Kyanite and translates it into, okay, you chose random because that's the only one you all can choose right now, add a random effect. It then keeps track as to, okay, how long does this effect need to be done? What needs to be done on the OBS side for it? And there we go. Not the greatest, but I got it. And what do I need to send over to Joypad Live? Joypad Live takes the data that I am sending into it from StreamerBot and remaps the controls on the fly. And then once it's... it does. Joypad Live doesn't care how long I have the stuff like that for. It again, I just tell it, hey, here's my payload of how I want you to mess with my controls, and it does it for me. The difference between Joypad Live and the pathetic little thing I made that we used last week is, I didn't mean to, you know what, I'll take that part. The biggest difference is, my thing could only use the profiles on the Joypad OS device. What I mean by that is, I was able to set up. Hold on. There we go. I do not know how to do the bush strategy people talk about there. I was able to set 4 profiles of controller remappings. So I had the same 4 that you see here of D-pad invert, face invert, swap, or swap and invert. With this new one, though, I can just send it directly for every button. What should that button map to? I could make every single button press A if I wanted it to. I don't want to do that, but I could. It also means I could, in theory, have pure chaos mode, whereas, again, every button on the controller maps to something completely different. Up is down, left is R, A is right, things like that. I don't know if I'm going to want to do that, because if I add something like that, that would be a case of a, like, really expensive or super rare chance of happening. I hate dead rocks. I hate dead rocks. I despise dead rocks. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to expanding upon this. Because right now it is very basic. My key with this was always find a way to get the basic thing working with any game on my PC, which I have now done. So the next thing to do is, okay, figure out how to get it to, or figure out what sort of things do I want to do with it now that it works on every single game on my PC. Or at least I think it'll work with every single game. This is partly why I have East 6 and X Zodiac on the list, because they are... East 6, the East games in general are weird with their compatibility. Oh my god, Mini Moldorm. Mini Moldorms, you're the worst. I believe there's a way to do this, whereas I don't need to do the back and forth that I'm doing right here with the bomb. But for the life of me, I can't figure out how to get it to work with the blue boomerang. Okay, where the heck is my thermometer? Thermometer? Yeah, thermometer's right. There it is, the thing that tells me how hot it is in this room. Because I'm oh god, that's why. When we have ad break, I'm going to take a break. It's 90.5 degrees Fahrenheit in my room right now. That explains why it feels so bloody hot. Because it is. You know, I could have put, I just realized I could have put well, no, I can't put Phoenotopia on this right now. to put Phenotopia on the list, I need to disable the Archipelago plugin for it because there's not, well, no, I think I just need to do to Phenotopia what I did to Prodigal and have two versions of it. One that's the Archipelago version and one that's the normal version. I get one shot at this. Well, hold on. It's fine that I have one shot at this. Really? That was not the button I meant to hit. Crud. Well, we're starting from the beginning because I forgot what my rewind button is. That's okay, that was just a hard reset. There is a way to do that thing so that I don't fall down, but getting the timing of that has I've never gotten the timing right. I think the problem is that I'm not starting to hold back.
Swap.
I'm not. Hey, swap. Beautiful. I'm not starting to hold the opposite direction in time, so I just keep falling down. Bum, bum, bum.
Neutral.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful. If you all have an idea of a type of controller effect you think might be interesting to see or to inflict, please let me know. I'm willing to get. I would love to get some feedback. I would also love it if NyaruPad would continue to accept controller input, which in the background, and I'm using it as a Steam game here. I might need to look at configuration for it, because it normally accepts input. It just does not like the S input. It just does not like S input for whatever reason. But the moment I click it, it starts accepting the input again. Yeah, I'm not sure what I can do to fix this. I don't want to have to learn how to make that thing. Really? Still messed it up? I think I didn't go far enough to the right that time. But yeah, I don't want to have to learn what... I understand at a base level what NyaruPad is doing. It basically is just accepting the controller inputs and then sending something to VTube Studio to force the fingers to move. The problem is I don't know what sending to VTube Studio is. There we go. That's what I was trying to do last time. Got one of them. I'll take it. Bum, 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 bum. I need to take a look at the weather. I hope it's going to cool down at least 20 degrees tonight.
Face invert.
Right side invert. Oh, lovely. Yep. All about the Triforce. Sure. Something about 7 people being stolen. I'm spamming the wrong button.
Neutral.
Here's another question, actually, for you, side. Right now I have it obviously, whereas it's at the top of the screen that is saying what my current controller effect is. I'm trying to figure out, would it be better at the top of the screen, like I have now when I go to the, hopefully understood image version, or would it be better to put that in the bottom? Because, like, for example, crowd control would have that in the bottom left with the, hey, here's the current effect being done and the timer. So basically it would be, do I move the image next to the timer? Or do I keep it, I hit that button on my own? Or do I keep it distinct as it is right now? Admittedly, that part is something that because the way I have it set up, I don't have to change the code for that part. That's just the overlay side of things that needs to change, and I have it set up whereas I just tell it the name of the source. Stupid rat. I tell it the name of the source and it knows, okay, here's the thing I need to go change. It doesn't ever move the sources. It's basically just show and hide. It's showing sources, hiding sources, or changing text sources to say things like, hey, X time left or X things in queue. Here comes the rat. There's another rat that I'm not at all looking at. I am lucky with those rats. Not so much there. But yeah, as I was saying, I am going to take a... Once the ads happen, I will actually take a break for this first one to go turn up my AC because it's cooled down a little bit. It's now only 89.8. It's almost cooled down a whole degree. It's too hot in this room. No, no. I hit the wrong button. I said no, I don't understand. Am I at the right height? I think I'm at the right height. I'm at the right height. I know it's off by a pixel, but I'll take off by a pixel. Ow. One thing I also want to learn with this. You can hover in this game. Anyone who has heard me rant knows how much I hate hovering, but that's I admit part of that's because A, I don't know how to do it, and B, I don't think it should be allowed in tournaments because, well, it's a physical dexterity thing. However, I would still like to learn it for when I'm doing casual siege because, let's be fair, I don't run tournaments. I don't do randomizer tournaments anymore. I did that in the past, but it's gotten to the point whereas too many people are too good at it that I don't think I'm going to enjoy trying to do it anymore. I couldn't keep up with them, basically is what it comes down to. And there are just some tricks that are... I want to learn them, but I don't like them being Really? There's some tricks that are weird to me that they're allowed despite this need. Originally, the randomizer rules were based off of the no major glitches category of the speedrun. Well, Icebreaker kind of feels like a major glitch to me, but it's allowed. I will use the heck out of Icebreaker when I'm playing casually because Ice Palace is the worst. But that kind of feels like an out-of-bounds glitch almost. But their reasoning for allowing it is because, hey, you can clip through half barriers and other things, and this is clearly the same. When it doesn't feel the same to me. Like, maybe this is just me being nitpicky. It just doesn't feel the same to me. There we go! Out of my way, little thingy. Got the glitch this time. I just didn't bounce the right way at the very end. That isn't even a glitch. That's just abusing iframes. There is actually no glitch in what I did right there. Grab my arrows. That is not the boom. I had that lined up beautifully, and then I forgot to equip the bow. Equipping the bow is kind of needed. The other one I think is bomb or money. It's not heart, so it's not what I want. Hi, you usually don't move that way. I was having a hard time doing that in the randomizer recently. I'm glad I'm getting it now that I'm not in the randomizer. I got it. Just barely, but I got it. All right. All right. You take the good with the bad. I also need to play Mina. I have Mina the Howler. I haven't sat down to play it yet, though. But I also kind of... Would people want to watch me play Mina the Howler or not? Because I know there's a ton of other people who are already doing it, and I think it might just be better for me to play it like I did Silksong, of just play it on my own time. But what do you all think? If you want, honestly, at the same time, you know, that's something I should add into the Discord server. By the way, if anyone does want to join and you aren't in the Discord server, feel free to do !Discord. We do monthly asyncs and things like that, as well as stuff like this. I think I need to add a games recommendation. If I don't already have one, I forgot super speed. I should add a games recommendation channel to the Discord of, hey, here's a game I think that would be... For two things. One, hey, here's a game I think that would be neat to watch me play, or because I failed the dash initially, they are all on top of me. A, this game looks like it would be neat for you to play, or B, this game would be something that you think I would just enjoy playing, not necessarily on stream. I think it would be a good idea to put something like that in the Discord. I admit I'm surprised I don't have it, because now that I'm thinking of it, the exact thing I'm describing I know is in Kiwi's Discord. and a few others as well. Also, hey, Nethos, welcome. If I didn't say that already. Even if I did say it already, welcome again. Let's see if I can at least get through Hera before the ad break happens. You know, I just realized I should have damaged the run because I reset it. Yeah, if I do the speedrun thing, then it should be I damage the run if I reset. Ow. If I reset the run, I go ahead and I damage the run. Though I wonder. Thank you, Maine. Thank you. I wonder if there's a way for me to hook into Run HP or Live Split. Because, Run HP. Run GG. There are too many things with Run. Or too many things that start with Run. Run GG is a thing that hasn't shown. I technically have it set up for this channel, I believe, but it won't show up until I do speedruns, whereas I've run a minimum number of times. What it does is, it's basically a, hey, for that segment that was just done, I am on pace, or I'm doing better, or I normally lose time on this run, or hey, here's how many times I often reset on this run. It just gives random speedrun facts, random current run facts, based off of what's in my live split. I saw TGH had it set up, and that's why I went and picked up as well, because it was this looks like a neat little feature that requires very little setup on my end. It's just setting up a chat bot, basically. And it's not even I set up the chat bot. I don't need to open this, that's the compass. I might die here. Anyway, yeah, it was just go to their website, set a few things up, you're done. I forgot, I want those arrows there. I want those arrows there. Next, I grab these arrows here. I don't know if I need to grab that blue. I don't know if. No, I think I do need to grab that blue bee. Get a nice dash. Going the safe way because I don't think I'm going to hit A at the right frame. You can dash on the left side if you dash on the right frame. Is it this one? Oh, I'm on the wrong side. I always thought it was the block on the right. Why? Why do I think it's the block on the right you push? Because it's the block on the right you push over here. That's gotta be it. I'll be lucky if I get into Hera before the ad break, it looks like. Oh, how I long for quick swap. Arrows are up here. What's worse? Going back up or that double back? The double back's probably actually better and probably what I should do for that. I hate when they do this to me. sometimes I had a beautiful start, and then it's all gone to hell's after. I'm also hearing the wrong one starting. Alright. This is a boss that will always be a major time loss for me because I don't know how to do the arrow strat properly. It's definitely a thing of I just need to sit down and drill it properly and figure things out. But, like, I swear I've seen people two-cycle that. And I want to know how. Alright, I might get to Hera, but I'm not finishing Hera in 4 minutes. Good. I'm not good enough to try cactus dashing. I don't even know. I think cactus dashing might not save time. It's swag, though. And look, let's be fair. Swag sometimes is better than time save. Because it makes you feel good, and and that feeling good can sometimes make you just do better. Come on. Well, that was weird. I got it that time, but the double jump was weird. I jumped in. I started swimming in the cliff. Too many sprites. No rock crab. I can't remember. I've never tried, but I think you actually are not allowed to go into the back of Escape without having a lamp, which is why it shows up in the 3 chests in the game. It's either the one in Link's house, the one by Zelda, or right after in the area right after your uncle dies. Or whatever happens to him. I don't think I got it there. I'm not going to have super speed. Nope. Oh well. 2 minutes to finish Hera. That's not happening. I think I will get back to where I stopped last time. But that'll be the farthest I get. Forgot, I think I should be hitting that other one up there. I don't have a bomb. I don't have a bomb. I do not have a bomb. We are playing this normally. We are doing this normally. I do not have a bomb. I do not know how to do this with the boomerang, unless it is a dash thing that I will not be able to get done with the little bit of health I have. We won't even get through the tile. Well, no, we might get through the tile. That'll be it. No, I still need you for this. Okay, maybe I don't, but... Before he shoots that thing at me. Even though technically dying might have been better right there. Yep. Well, ad break. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go deal with my AC. So see you all in a few minutes. Alright, we are back. And also, since I died... small damage to the run. And remember, I need to do that. There are things of this room I need to get better at. Honestly, there are a lot of things of this game, if I want to start speedrunning it again, I need to start doing again. Alright, I can do more than one shot here because of health. You know what? You stay over there, Mini Moldorm. I frickin' waited too long to start the dash. Can I hit that from here? Well, we're basically starting as though we just got here. Means I can get a refill of that bomb at least. And try this room again. I'm sorry, did I say try this room? I mean, failed miserably at this room. Hi, my timing is all kinds of off right now. Oh well. I knew I messed that one up. There we go. That's what I was trying to do this whole time. It's easier to do with boots, except I almost never do it with boots these days, so I don't remember the timing for boots. Oh, Moldorm, you're going to be a problem. I'm getting bounced. As soon as I did that dash, I realized I did not have it correct. Also, we are 15 HP away from spinning the wheel and swapping what game we're doing. 2. This is supposed to be super easy to do. Super easy to do. No one will possibly mess it up, as I mess it up multiple times in a row. Oh my god. Why can I not get this thing? I just want to be swag in something in this dungeon. There, finally! There we go. I've done him enough that I'm starting to get a sense... I regret those words already coming out of my mouth. I'm getting a sense of how he moves now. Yes, it is a bit of RNG, but he has certain patterns where it's basically, I'm going to move this way for X number of seconds. Now, roll the dice. I'm moving another one of my movement patterns for the next few seconds. And so on and so forth. Of course, the dead rock couldn't freaking leave me alone. Right, dashing up here is a fool's errand. As is dashing through this next place. It would be foolish for me to press A and dash. 1, 2. I was 2 holes off. Okay. If you don't stop that dash in time, you bonk and fall into one of those holes. realize I think I missed killing something. That's 3. That would be 4. Need to not get hit. Grab this because safety.
Face invert.
Oh, great. Well, there goes my don't get hit. There goes don't get hit. So much for don't get hit. I said words, and Rathalos, you're right, I said words. I deserved that. Look at the blue sword. You know,
Neutral.
hey, we're back to neutral. I would have liked it if they gave the Master Sword a faint blue hint versus the very white that it is. Like, if they gave the actual blade a faint blue tint to, you know, be a nod to how it looks in this game, that would have been really neat, I think.
Swap.
Well, we've swapped. Hey, Minnie, welcome. Okay, swap. There we go.
Get some water.
You know what? I shall get some water. You know, when I went to turn up the AC, it would have been smart to have gotten more water. Getting more water would have been a smart person move.
Neutral.
Alright, back to normal. For however long that lasts. We're also 16 HP away from a spin. 2, 3. Four and 5. So we have 1 extra. Let's get the backup tree pole. Through laggy castle. Nope, nope. Okay, you know what? There is one Zelda speedrun I might try to... One Link to the Past speedrun I might try to learn to put on the fast speedruns wheel. And that is true any percent. Which I think can be beaten in like 2 minutes. Maybe 3. It just involves learning tile sets. Link's biggest adversaries. Other enemies that are also left-handed. There's not many of them, but there are some in this. I think this is the only place that has other left-handed enemies, specifically the blue guards that are holding the sword like they're going to stab it down at you. Why are they holding it in reverse grip? I don't know, but they're holding it in reverse grip. Not going to get my dash. Good. I didn't want laser beams anymore anyway. Laser beams are a liability in this. because they do fighter sword damage. And I don't want fighter sword damage right now. Really? He didn't even move and I missed. I guess the Red Knights with the Red Knights that throw the tridents are also left-handed. It's just the rank and file that aren't. Clearly, that's the sign of a true Hylian Knight. You're left-handed. I can use L and R to advance text, at least, even if it doesn't do anything else. Also, that tiara on his head, I always thought was his face just being open because of how it looks right now. It feels weird that... Oh, I can't actually do it with L and R. I thought I was a second ago. Oh, prove me wrong, game. L and R being completely useless. Thought you could at least advance text with them. Hey, Angel, welcome. Bum, bum, bum. Welcome to combination of the two gimmicks I'm basically doing on my streams these days. HPWheel and Controller Chaos. Oh, you didn't move. Yes, lightning bolt. Lightning bolt down when I am literally right next to you. Aghanim, I think you lose because you're not that intelligent. You're not that smart. Also, why are your robes green here when they are red in all the official art? His robes are red. Like, that's weirder to me than Link's hair being pink. There we go. Now we can do things. Such as limited super speed. Alright, goodbye super speed. It was fun while we had you. Kiki, I have some money for ya. You took longer than normal to start talking to me, Kiki. Was not ready for that. I managed to get Kiki right up there, didn't I? Forgot the order I had to go to swap that. Good, I have bomb. I need bomb. Also, again, we are 16 HP away from spinning the wheel. We do have games on the wheel. Games right now on the wheel are Link to the Past, as we're currently doing right now, X Zodiac, a Star Fox-like rail shooter with some, trying to remember what the other game's called. It's, why am I coming over here? Why am I coming over here? Because I need the key. because I need the key before I jump down. I think that's why I'm coming over here. Anyway, Space Harrier, I think, is the other thing it does sometimes. Exodiac, I think I have Prodigal on the list. I have, also an East game on the list. Like, there's a bunch of things on the list. At some point, I do think I'm going to... At some point, I want to bring back the game wheel.
D-pad invert.
Oh, lovely. Beautiful. Beautiful time for a... Ow. For a D-pad inversion, right after I jumped off of a cliff. I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to do that. Okay, yeah, once I learn Kirby, I am definitely going to do some things of, hey, it's time to do controller chaos with the game I'm trying to speedrun. Do I expect to submit any of those runs? Hell no! They're probably going to technically be considered tasks at that point. Wait, did I? Wow, I did. Holy crap, that's the best I've done that. We got the MC Hammer. The Molten Core Hammer. Here's a blast from the past. I had the MC Raiders song randomly pop back into my head like not that long ago. And I do not know why, but I kind of wish it didn't. That's not a song I need to remember. It's funny, but I don't need to remember it. This statue's so weird. I don't have enough arrows. I missed arrows somewhere. I have enough arrows. I just have to pick these up, which normally I don't. I need to rewatch some people go through this game. There are little nuances that I'm forgetting. Things that I think I watch people do in randomizer races, which are not actually the fastest way or the good way to do anything. Alright, Helmasaur, let's see how bad I am against you. There is a way to deal with this room easily, and I have never properly learned it, and I need to rewatch the Fruit Bats guide, because he explains it, but I've never sat down to actually put what he explains into practice. I do not have the arrows with which to do this proper. Then again, if he's just going to sit right there, I will just hit his gem. He can be kind to me for once. Bum, bum. All right, I have to go through text because this is this isn't a randomizer. There's text to go through. I can recognize some things in here, but I don't care about going through. Something about 7 maidens. Again, the 7 maidens. She's telling us where the others are. Do you understand? Yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. I was expecting to bonk that. Now we go to Dungeon 4, because you do Dungeon 4 before Dungeon 2, because Dungeon 4 is better than Dungeon 2. We don't need no stinking hook shot. You got a hammer.
Face invert.
Hey, Lilith, welcome. That's not the button. Oh, come on. Nope, nope, that's still the map button. Okay, Hinox, go away. There, item dash, which is still the same 2 buttons, but I messed it up.
Neutral.
Look, that's the point of controller chaos, for people to cause me problems. Hey, Xander, thanks for the eels. I hope you're doing well.
D-pad invert.
Oh. Oh, right, that's... Gotta figure out... Ow. I have to figure out how to get it so that I don't need to have Narupad with focus so that I can read my controller inputs with this S input thing. I know it just hates S. D-pad is inverted. I know it hates this, but...
Neutral.
Fair. I admit, I've not seen much of the Kefka Prog stuff. The main things I've seen were, what happens if you don't solve the puzzle in Phase 2, and the fact that he uses auto-translate when you pull, he hits you with the auto-translate line for the "it's my first time." Oh, I just realized the problem. I didn't get super speed, so I have to deal with this guy properly. The guy that goes too fast if you go diagonal. Nope, we do dash up here. I am going to go get a safety. If I finish this game, I'm spinning the wheel. If I finish this game, I easily could finish this game after the next ad break. I'm not finishing it before the next ad break. What? Bird? Bird, why didn't you pick me up? Nope, alas, I'm not getting a safety bee. I'm giving a witch some drugs so that she can turn them into a fine powder for me.
Swap.
Okay. Thankfully, going to the right was now my dash button. Wait, go talk to them. Go talk to them. They will give me a free sample of red potion. A sample of red potion is needed right now.
Neutral.
Back to neutral it is. The one thing I wish I could do, like being able to have it show what buttons it thinks I'm hitting is nice. the buttons you see my avatar use are the buttons that are getting set to the computer. They aren't the buttons I'm actually hitting. I need to see if there's a way to get an overlay mixed in with the Joypad OS that shows the actual buttons I'm hitting before it gets translated. And I don't know if I can do I don't know if that's possible. But also, that's one of those, I don't need it yet. Like, it's one of those nice-to-have items. It's not a priority right now. Ow. I keep getting rocks thrown at me. But, you know, that's par for the course. That's what happens with a run HP thing. I still need to figure out ways to make this different from, different again from how Scott Falco does his, because this is, again, this is basically, I don't have the gotcha thing, I don't have the CC stuff with it, but at its core, it's the same thing. Because I like it. Okay, we went up. Oh, I'm over here. I like the idea. That's why I've implemented it. I want to try to find some ways I can make it a little bit more unique. And to be fair, eventually what I can do is, instead of having Controller Chaos be like it is right now, of a completely separate thing, have it be, again, this Hey, Lily Blue, welcome! How was the Summer Game Fest? Welcome, everyone, from Lily Blue's stream. Hi, I'm Liminality Carb. Kyanite Carbuncle. I am currently being insane and doing a mix of two different things, known as Controller Chaos and Run HP. To be fair, the Run HP I have, full disclosure, is 100% inspired by Scott Falco's one. But the way things are going is, you can spend channel points to send a random controller effect to me. These controller effects include things such as, my D-pad is inverted. My D-pad is now the face buttons. The face buttons are inverted, or both, or you swap the face buttons and D-pad. In addition, you can either damage the run or heal the run. That HP meter up top is how much life the run has left. If it hits 0, we stop, spin a wheel, and then we swap what game we're doing. And glad to hear that the Summer Game Fest was fun. Were there any interest... I don't need to open this. Were there any games of interest to you? I admit, I didn't watch much of it. The main thing I saw was Guild Wars 3 was announced. Also, if you do need to raid and run, including anyone from your community, if you all need to raid and run, please, no worries. Taking care of yourself is more important. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it has been a bit since I've done a Curse Crackers run, but admittedly, next week I'm going to start learning Kirby's Dream Land as part of one of the donations incentives that was done. And the thing I've been mentioning is I'm probably eventually going to just have okay, I'm doing speed runs with this run HP thing, so it's okay, here's a speed run. If you all kill the run, I spin a wheel and that determines what game we go to speed run next. They're fun. Like, well, case in point, I guess, it's time for us to spin the wheel, as Maine has determined. So we have 5 games on the wheel. We have East, Kirby's Dream Land, The Messenger, Link to the Past, and I forgot what the other one was. Prodigal, I think. No, Exodiac. I don't have Prodigal on here today. I thought I did. Anyway, looks like we're going to East, Arkham Nepishtim. So let me just save this and go get that set up, because now we gotta see how does D-pad inversion work. Does D-pad inversion should also invert my joystick now. It didn't used to, but it should invert it now. And this is a true test of, does this work with everything? I also just really like E6. You know what? Let's launch the configuration tool first. Why does it say VT? Why does it just say VT? Apparently, somehow I made text that said VT appear all of a sudden. I need to go ahead and add Prodigal, though, to that wheel list. You know, I'm gonna put Curse Crackers and Claire on there. Because those are... Oh, I know I didn't have Prodigal, because Prodigal was here last time. So I'm going to have Curse Crackers and Claire on there. Anyway, back to this configuration tool. Input assignments. Attack, jump, special item. Menu, toggle walk and run. Previous sword. Next sword. Here's hoping this works the way I'm wanting. I'm hoping it should still use the D-pad also. Actually, no, we don't need mouse movement. Okay, we'll see how this works. I'm just going to hope. Eventually, I will do this with Rapid and Steel as well. Just tonight is not a Rapid and Steel night. Tonight is not Rapid and Steel night. In fact, when I do that, it may be a case of we're doing Rapid and Steel with Controller Chaos, and I first have at least one or two other people with me to watch me just tank the run because I went into all the damage because of my buttons got inverted. You know, I never updated the game I was playing on Twitch. I should go update that this time. Well, that's a thing that just happened. Oh god, it's one of these games. It's one of these games. Hold on. Yes, exit the game. I need to go back into the configuration because I forgot the type of game this is. This is an old game. Let's go back into that configuration tool. Graphics. Do not full screen this. 1080 is going to be a little too much, unfortunately, for this, so we'll go with this on my side. It'll be a little small on my side, but you all won't notice. Also, I think it's going to be loud as hell. Oh, yeah, it is. Let's go fix this. That is so loud. I am glad that I do not have you all need to hear this until I fix this. Open volume mixer. Where are you? Go down to like 40%. You are too loud. Even at 40%, you're so loud. Capture this game, please. OBS? OBS, why you no capture? I know I don't need to be full screen for this. I know I don't need to be full screen for this game. Alright, we're fixing this. We're fixing this. Fixing this the hard way. No, not scene. Uh, game capture. Specific window. You just are not capturing it. Okay, you just don't capture it for whatever reason. We're going to window capture then. There we go. There we go. All right, wheel. 100 HP back on. I had the music from this game as my... You all can't hear it. There we go. I had the music from this game, specifically the first forest we're going to get to, as my ringtone for way too long. But I like the music in this game. This is the first East game I ever played. I picked it up because the box art looked cool, and it was in the GameStop $5 bargain bin. That's also where I got Zone of the Enders from. And also Growlancer. I need to play Growlancer again. Also, here's Adel. 9 times out of 10, Adel's going to start his adventure being washed up on a beach because he fell out of a boat. Which is why he always basically gets reset, because he lost all of his armor overboard, or all his gear overboard, and he's recovering from being thrown off of a boat. Or you have what happens to him in Salsetta, whereas something erases his memories and just leaves him to die in the, or leaves him to die over in the forest. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, fun! To be fair, the fact I was getting it from, well, no, technically getting it from GameStop wouldn't have stopped that. I definitely, with Growlancer, having found out what I learned about the artist after the fact, I lucked out there. Oh yeah, no, the East games are fun. I like this opening better than what we have on the PS2 version. The PS2 Konami localized version isn't bad. It has okay voice acting, with a few exceptions. It replaced this opening with a weird 3D thing that I don't think was needed. And it added an entire new dungeon thing. So Falcom is the one who made this, but Konami ended up doing the PS2 part of this game, which is why I'm never going to see that game. But yeah, the Falcom V series I really enjoy. I need to finish playing more of it. I played 1 and 2, Salsetta, which is number 3 technically. No, that's not 3. Salsetta is technically 4, I think. Felgano, which is 3, but comes after Salsetta plot timeline-wise. I haven't played 5, but I have no way to play 5 legitimately right now. This is 6, and then I haven't played anything after 6. And I played Origins. Origins is good. Origins is also good. I'm trying to remember. I will say this. 1 and 2, they are old games. Even the version that we have of East 1 and 2 Plus, or whatever it's called, you will still feel the old game part of it, but it's fun. Yes, it's the way full disclaimer for two full disclaimers for East. One, you can start almost with any game. You start with almost any game. I'm saying this is game 6. This was the first one I did. Yes, there is a chronological order, but the games are, up until like a certain point, the games are not really connected that much. The exception with that is you do not play East 2 before East 1, because East 1 and 2 were originally going to be the same game, but it got too big, so they split it into 2 parts. So you don't want to play, you shouldn't play East 2 until you finish East 1. It's sort of like how Sonic and Knuckles, you can play Sonic. Yeah, you can play Sonic 3 and then Sonic and Knuckles, or you could start with Sonic and Knuckles, but really you should start with Sonic 3. Stop talking. I don't need to ask her about things. The other one that I will say, well, yeah, no, it is just that way. 9 might be the only one. Again, I haven't done 7 or 8 yet, but I think 8 makes callbacks to something that happens in here, and technically Celceta. Oh, here we go. This used to be my ringtone. When did this game originally release? Early 2000s on the PlayStation for this one. Ah! Hey, Grace. But, oh, this game is fun. So here are the things that I have. I have standard, 3-hit combo. If I attack while I'm going up with a jump, I do that spiral. If I attack when I'm coming down, I just slam my sword down. And eventually, I will get additional weapons. Oh, fair enough. Hey, Nethos, do you mind relaying to Grace she and the Betrayer are having a good time? Because we're on mute, and I can't type right now. Or actually, if anyone could relay that for me. Oh, the other disclaimer I was going to say. East games are not consistent. They do not all play this way. What I'm playing right now is how the Victim plays, Oath of Dogana plays, and East Origin plays. East 1 and 2 use what is called a bump combat system of you literally just run into enemies to do damage. But you have to be careful because they still cut to death if you hit them in certain ways. Memories of Celceta, 7 and 8, I believe, used another more like action RPG style of combat. This game's just viscerally fun to play. You can't hear me over the game. Oh, it is still that loud. I was afraid of that. Okay, hold on. Going back to the volume mixer. You're going down to 10% volume. There we go. It's hard for me to tell when something is loud in my ear, but not actually loud for you all. I played this on hard last time. Neat. I'm glad I'm doing it on normal right now because this is controller chaos. Meaning, well, you all can still try. You all can still mess with my inputs. Yeah, what Nithos put in there is the chronological order, though technically Origins is first. Origins, you do not play as Adol. Is it Adol or Adol? Anyway, you don't play as him. You play as other people because it takes place thousands of years before Adol was born. It's called East Origins for a reason. Also, even though I say that these games are largely all independent and you don't need to play them, that doesn't mean they aren't. That doesn't mean that they aren't disconnected from each other. If you play multiple of them, you start to. It's kind of like Nier. I'm going to say it that way. It's kind of like Nier Automata and Nier Replicant. You can play them without having played Drakengard and or without playing each other. But if you've played the others, you'll start to notice and appreciate little things in there and understand a bit more as to what's going on. But you don't need to have done that. You can perfectly enjoy the games all on their own, unlike, say, Kingdom Hearts, whereas you need to play 14 games before you can play the third game in the series. Yes, I'm a little bit bitter about that. I will never not be a little bit bitter about that. I am looking for someone, and I think I have missed a dialogue trigger. I will say, if you're okay with older style combat systems, well, not just combat systems, but you're going to notice, if you play this game, you will notice some design choices that seem a little questionable. For example, this game has hard stat checks. That's the only way to say it. This game, East 1 and East 2 especially, have hard stat checks. What I mean by that is, if you do not have a minimum stat level, you will do 1 damage to things, and they might do 100 to you. But the moment you get past that stat barrier, like, oh, you're 1 stat point away, you do 1 point of damage. The moment you gain 1 more strength, you're now doing 20 points of damage to them. Which is, oh, rather than taking 500 hits to take them down, it's now, okay, rather than taking 200 hits, it's now going to take 10 hits to take them down. Do I need to talk to you? No, it's not you. And I know it's not to the... No, I think I do need to go... I think I need to go to the beach. Maybe? I probably should talk to people. But I just have fun going out and playing this game. The music is good. It viscerally feels fun to play. Oh yeah, no, it's not as hard as Chrysalis or there's another like Zelda. There's another Zelda-like. That was here. It starts with an H. It's ancient, but it also had, like, similar stat checks. Like, that's what I mean of, if you can... Oh, right, I can't breathe underwater yet. If you can deal with some, again, yes, old game design choices, I feel this is a really good game to start with. It is also the first game that used what ended up being aptly called the Napishtim engine, whereas it is this style of action combat. When I was mentioning
get some water.
You know what? That sounds like a good idea. Excuse me. When I was saying action combat, you know what? Honestly, here's what we'll do. If we spin off of this, and if we spin off of this game, and we end up getting another East game, or not another East game. If this gets picked a second time by the wheel, I'm going to do Celceta to show what I mean for the differences. I'll just pick... I'm pretty sure I still should have my... Oh, wait. Do I even have that installed? Oh, right. Also, here's what I mean by stat checks. I'm doing 0 damage to these things because I'm not supposed to be in this area yet. I'm being really stupid by being in this area right now. Everything's going to one-shot me. Yeah, East 5 is the one game that has not been translated or has not been translated, is not in a modern system, or has not been remade. Like, when I say modern system, 6 and this game and up is what I'm considering a modern system. Why am I still being stupid and coming down here? I should not... I know there's tasty stuff in here, but I should not be risking it, because if I get a game over, I go back to my last save. Get away from the electric guys! Okay, we're in safety now. What is that rune earring? Oh, prevents confusion. You know what, I'll prevent confusion. Confusion in this game is... it's basically inverted controllers from Controller Chaos. Speaking of which, Controller Chaos should still be going, so you all are more than welcome to try to mess with my controls. Oh yeah, also, Celceta. Technically, there were 2 versions of East, 4? East 4, yeah, because 3 is Wanderers of East, which is Felghana. There were multiple versions of East 4 that came out, and, they kind of just consolidated the points into one coherent game. Alright, do I need to talk? I think I need to talk to Elder first. You're not over here. Is it you? Oh, about who ran away. I feel there's got to be an NPC I need to talk to, because I went to where the first boss is. Is this the chief? No, this isn't the chiefs. This is the twins. There's a shop guy somewhere here. He will be very distinct and clear he's a shop guy. Ah, there you are. Buy and sell. I have the money to do this. Awesome. Let's have some armor. I can't remember if your armor changes with you in this version or if that was just the Konami one, because this game is as you can see, this game is using sprites. In the Konami version, they changed the sprites to be 3D models instead. I can't find him. Whatever, I'm going back outside of the village again. Unless you tell me. I went into all these buildings already. You say anything? You know, I just realized something. I'm trying to remember. I think the first 2 are... Actually, yeah, I think all the Arisians that... Arisian? No, that's not their... No, that is their name, I think. All the people from the... All the ancients. I'm just going to call them ancients at this point. I think they all had pointed ears as well. So I'm wondering whether or not the people who are native to this island are, like, actually supposed to be descended from them in some way, or if they are just... It's quite possible they're artificial creatures like the Exali are. Also, ads are going. I'm going to see if I can at least get the stupid boss thing to spawn. I can't do anything to the bird. Oh wow, I just noticed we have a lot of gargoyles today. Alright, that bird just, I think, keeps endlessly bringing these things here. Okay, yeah, you're just going to endlessly bring them, and I can't do anything to you, bird, so I'm just going to move up this way. Also, you probably don't notice, there's little blue things I'm picking up. That's a currency I'm going to need later. But that's significantly later. That's right. I just realized, I don't think I said hi to you, Chief. I think there's a lot of people I haven't said hi to today, so I apologize if I have missed saying hi to anyone. Okay, we have definitely enough levels. Oh yeah, I also went ahead and... They were on sale, so I went ahead and picked up the new Dragon Quest remakes of 1, 2, 3, and 8? 7. I need to play them at some point, but I don't think they're going to be stream games. I think they're going to be games I want to take my time with, and... Oh, I had to come up here! Okay. Okay, no, you're a Resian, so it isn't... I'm not using the right term. Wait, you just said she's descended from Alma. You are! Okay. I don't know why you all have tails, but that begs a question. That begs questions that I need to double check things on. Stop being Buzzsaws! Welcome back, everyone! I'm getting Buzzsawed. It's not my favorite. Oh yeah, also, that stat boost, that stat thing I was talking about of the, oh, if I don't meet a certain stat check, I only do 1 damage. Yeah, that works both ways. That does work both ways. So that's the one benefit. Alright, I need to run away from you all. I need to go fight our first boss so we can go have our sword break and we get a new, more awesome sword. It's more awesome because it's blue. Also, it has special properties, but also it's because it's blue. Also, unless something changes in the later versions, one other thing I really like about these games is Adol's not special. He's literally just a dude. He's just a dude who wants to go on an adventure, who just happens to be in the right place at the right time or depending on how you look at it, the wrong place at the wrong time to deal with things. Like, each one, he intentionally went over to that area because he heard tales of a chance of adventure. For Celceta, the game that comes after it, I think he just happened to be in the area, and then things happened. There are parts of that plot that I don't fully remember, and that I'm not going to go over because, well, spoilers. For the next game chronologically, Felghana, he was going home. I believe, oh no, he wasn't going home. He was following Dogi home, I believe. And, well, right or wrong place at the right or wrong time. Let's save. Now, is it boss time? It's boss time! This game has beautiful music, though. I believe the person who did the music for 6 is not the same person who did the music for most of the series. Like, 6 was them trying to revive the series, from my understanding, and it worked. It worked. We're not at boss time yet. We have to go say hi to someone else before we fight the boss. You know what? If I go back to that spot and it's not boss time again, I'm damaging the run. I'm damaging the run because that's going to be the same thing. That's just what's going to happen. I wonder if I can make... I need to see if I can figure out a way to make it so I can damage the run with my foot pedal later. Well, then again, damaging the run is just a thing on Stream Deck anyway, so I can just do that easily enough. I don't have to fight all of you, but I like it. It's viscerally fun. Well, after Chief decided to give me a concussion, Xander, thanks for healing the concussion, I guess. I think we're now higher. I think the heal ended up winning those that RNG battle. So we're now at more health than we started with. Yes, evil good Xander, as opposed to normal Xander. I had something to say with this, but I'm realizing my brain isn't finishing the joke, and thus I have lost the timing of the funnies. Let's get healed. Oh, well, now we're definitely more healed than we were to start. All right, you're not here. You're not here. You're here. So it is, Xander, so it is. Tomorrow is 6-6, tomorrow is 6-7. And then Monday is 6-8, but Tuesday is 6-9. There we go, that guy tells me where to go. I was right that I need to go to the beach. I've just been doing things in the wrong order. Right, I won't get the new sword techniques until later. But yeah, if they're descended from Alma, that would explain the ears a bit, because I think Rhea and I can't remember the two goddesses of East anymore. They both, I feel, have long ears. I think. The only question I have is, where did the tail come from? Where did the tail come from? Yeah, there is that. Rhea and Fina. That was it, right? So many people end up falling for Adel. Him, on the other hand, I think from what I saw, there's throughout all his adventures, it was in East 1 and 2 where he fell for someone, and then never after. And unfortunately, the person he fell for, things happened to her, and that's all I'm gonna say. Was it that he... Okay, yeah. Granted, you would think maybe something was changed, because let's be fair, Boy barely knew her. He knew her for like maybe a week at most. Like all of East 1 and 2, it can't have, I'm pretty sure it took place over the course of no more than a week. Hey, Red, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Ah, the music has cut out. The music cut out. That's the sign that something's happening. We have 77 HP left on this run. If you want to see me keep playing East, keep the health without hitting 0. If you want to see me spin the wheel and have to play something else, you can always damage the run. And as I was saying, ow, ow, ow. Ow. Oh, right, I didn't equip a hit. I did not acquire, nor did I get... I have 1 HP. I cannot get hit again. Exactly, like that. I have added 2 games to the wheel from when we started. You're almost dead. Okay. I was 1 tap, but you also don't do much because you are the first boss of the game. Oh, wow. Legendary Red-Headed Stepchild. Apparently that's the first boss I've beaten with only 1 HP left. Also, our sword's broken. Also, once people find out that we killed this thing, they're surprised we beat it with a regular iron sword because it's not supposed to be beatable with that. I mean, case in point, it's still alive. Apparently I failed to beat it. Also, he goes explode now. That was an explosive arrow. Little did we know, they have bomb arrow technology. Oh yes, Red, sorry. Yes, this is East 6, the Ark of Nepishtim. Even though it is the 6th game in the series, as I was saying earlier...
D-pad invert.
Oh, well now I need to get through to confirm that this is working. I've got 20 seconds! Come on. Stop talking, I need to make sure it's working. It's working! The joystick's inverted! Ah, But yeah, even though this is the 6th game, this is the one I started with in the series. You can pick up almost
Neutral.
number 2 and number 9 are the exceptions to this rule, but you can basically pick them up at any point, and you might miss a off reference or two, but you can enjoy the game just Ruby Carbuncle. You can enjoy the game just fine. Also, yay, I got a sword made out of technically the same things the Black Pearl from East 1 and Origins is made out of. It's just blue instead of black.
Limb. Get some water.
I shall get some water. And you know, when we had that ad break, I should have gotten more water. Because I am almost out. But now we have a new sword. If you notice, we have a little bit of... Well, looks like we're playing this run for a while. We have a little bit of extra speed. I enjoy she just kind of popped into existence there because this game was made for 4x3, not 16x9. I forget what the wooden bracelet does. Also, she went from being terrified of us, we helped her once, and now she's okay with us. Oh, strength and defense up. Yeah, we'll go with that. And yeah, I'll equip the I can heal myself item. So, I forget what it really, I think originally launched for, like, not turbo graphics, but it originally launched technically for PC, yeah, I think PCX 86 or something like that. But it came over stateside with the PS2.
Base invert.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Top button is now jump. Yeah, it is extremely niche, but East 3, I think, is the first one that came over here. Wanderers of East. I think it was East 3, then this. Like, there's a lot of East games that just didn't come over here. But they took a gamble with this, and I'd say it paid off. Okay, yeah. The only ones that came over here were the console ports for the longest time. Like, this came out, then East Origin was the first PC release that came out on Steam at that. Then we had Oath and Togana was the next one, and those all did well enough that they just started releasing them over here because they realized now that it was niche, but it was doing enough numbers that it was worth tapping into the market. I think I can damage that flying thing now. I can! I'm not going to be able to kill it, but I can damage it. I went the wrong way. I need to go south. This is also very much a game of don't run, eventually you'll run from it. Eventually you'll be, this is not worth my time. But in general, just go and kill things. You get gold each time you kill things. Sometimes you'll get Emil. You need Emil. These games also have lots of difficulty levels. Like, I'm playing on normal. I think it has easy, normal, hard, catastrophe, and nightmare as and I might be getting catastrophe and nightmare modes mixed up. But I will say, I think a lot of the difficulty isn't anything like we increase. It isn't a case of on X difficulty things do different things. They still all do the same attacks. It is just a numbers game. Though, a lot of games don't change mechanics based off of difficulties. Tevi is one of the few games I found whereas they do change mechanics of bosses, because they will only do... Tevi and Rabbit and Seal are two examples where they do, whereas it's, hey, on certain difficulties, I'm not going to do a certain attack. I only do these attacks on higher difficulties. Have fun. Oh yeah, Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, they recently did a remake of that. Remaster, remake, one of those. Anyway, they re-released it with a few modern updates recently. They're also the ones who do Trails of Cold Steel. Trails or Trials? The Cold Steel series. Like, they have a lot of niche games, but they seem to know what they're doing. And they will occasionally experiment of, okay, here's this game. We're going to try a completely different system with it. I am doing my best not to fall down the hole. These bugs. Those stupid tendrils they send out have done... They murder me so much. You do not have... They don't have iframes in this game. You don't have iframes in this game. There are no iframes in this game. Right, that's why they damaged me so much. If you try to fight them head on, you're not fighting them head on. Honey! Oh, right, trap chest. With all the... Like, these are making me think the toe biter bugs in real life, only they aren't biting my toes. And I know I'm skipping through all the dialogue, but, like, the East games do also have, like, they have enjoyable stories. I'm just skipping through it because I've done East 6 on stream at least once. Granted, I think that was for part of RCR Radio when I was helping them with stuff. Also, hey, it's a very good thing we got this special sword right now, and that Adult just was, here's a wall. Let's hit it. Also, I'm sure these murals have no importance. There's nothing important at all going on here. Nope, nothing about a worldwide catastrophe. Oh yeah, no, that is one other thing I will... Correct me if I'm wrong, for the Legend of Heroes Trails series, they are also all, like, significantly more interconnected than the East games. Like, don't you kind of have to play more of them to understand what's going on? Or am I mistaken on that part? I want to actually beat you. I don't know if I've beaten you before. You are not an easy fight. I have 8 heal items left, and I will abuse heal items as long as you go down. I beat him! I showed him that this sword is not for show. Granted, you don't have to beat him. Oh yeah, no, the art style is going to change a little bit with the different games. The Napish Dimension games are going to all have this sort of style. Like, okay, I say that, they all still have, like... You know what? Once I get to a save point, I'm just going to swap over to Celceta to show what I'm trying to talk about. Oh yeah, also this certainly has no implications of any sort of catastrophe that happened. Nothing, no implications at all. There's no black materia hidden here. We're not going to call meteor down or destroy the world with a weather engine or something like that. The game has great music. Oh. No, I'll show some setup stuff, and then I'll probably come back to this. Oh, yeah, well, look, the mural from Shadowbringers and in Final Fantasy VII Original in the Temple of Ancients, like, they are all pulling from the same sort of, like, trope and whatnot. I am glad I chose to play this on normal for this run. I like this game. It's fun to just go through. At some point, I might try it on a harder difficulty, but also, I've got Prodigal for trying things on harder difficulties right now. What with the green trophies they added that need me to basically beat the entire game with every curse. Minnie, you being one of the few I know who's done that.
Swap.
Oh, we have okay, so good to know. Our swap does not affect the joystick. Nope. Get over. Okay. However, I kind of still have to swap my hands. Oh, hey, Min,
Neutral.
welcome. Hey, if you damage the run one more time, there's a chance it'll be Clear Alla mode or Curse Crackers that gets played. They are on the wheel. Oh, wait, we're back to neutral. I just need to get to a save point. You know, I need to take a look at what the speed run of this game is. Because, again, with those stat checks, there's certain things that you need to do for the speed run so you can meet those stat checks. Otherwise, it probably it takes more time to fight bosses without the stat check than it probably does to grind to get to the stat check. There should be a save point right up here, I think. Because I think the town's right up here. Yeah, here we go. Alright, we're at 11 HP, so I'm not going to worry about swapping to Celceta. I'll swap to Celceta if we spin and Napishtim gets chosen again. Here we go. Here's where I want to go. Person who can upgrade our sword. You even get a cutscene of it. Oh, perfect. I have enough to level it to get it to level 2, which is not what I wanted. Is it level 3? It must be level 3. There's a point where as it gains magic. There's a point where as my things gain magic. Also, the one exception to the you don't need to play the other games. You don't need to play it to know who this guy is, but, this is a guy from East 1. You see him in Darm Tower. I still do not remember what he was doing in Darm Tower. I also don't know why he got here. Old man should be dead. Old man is better at living than Adol is. This, or actually, would it be... I'm trying to think, which one would I have more fun doing? This, East Origin, or Felghana? Because Felghana is the last one that they made in this engine, but as such, that means they had the most time to refine things. Okay, I'll take a crit right off the bat. I'm not going to have enough Endless to get my to get the spell, so we'll just move onwards. Also, I really wonder. I honestly wonder. I need to look at it, but you get a red emless two-handed weapon in this game. You get a red emless two-handed weapon in Ys Origins. I don't think they're supposed to be the same thing. I'm pretty sure they're just happen to be two great swords made with red emless that both have the same magical properties. But part of me wonders if it is the same thing. Oh boy! You would think Adol would be terrified of boats by now. Ah, the stat check monster. I can't fight you because you're a stat check. Oh, right. Also, these bees cast Final Sting. Oh, 10 is immediately after. Oh, lovely. Is this to the... I'll find out eventually. But again, as I said, the games have great music. I'm going to die. I'm going to use that heal. I'm going to heal a little bit and hopefully not die from these things. I'm hoping I'm not going to the wrong area. I think I'm going to the wrong area. Give me that thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to the wrong area. Nope, I'm going to the right area. We are also at 11 HP. Right. It won't. Small damage won't do it, but a large damage will guarantee swap what game we are doing. Oh, okay. Yep. These things are telling me I am not meeting a stat check. And we are dead because we are not meeting a stat check. So we're retreating for a second. I have other things I'm probably supposed to be doing right now.
Now Mega Man, attack.
Well, that's one way to do it. So it's time for a wheel spin. Will we get a Color Grave game? Will we go see what Celceta is? Will I continue going through the Dark World in Link to the Past? Let us find out. Or we might play, Exodiac. We might be going in space. I don't think we're going in space, but we might be going in space. Where are we going? We are going baking, everyone. It's time to go baking. So let's just close this. Where are you? A la mode, not obscure. There we go. Wait. I need to update the game. I don't know if I updated it with the other one. I may be bad about this. Okay, it should be updated properly. Okay, I remember what buttons do now. Why am I perpetually running? Why am I perpetually running? I cannot stop running. Okay, I know why I'm perpetually running, and that's a thing I'm going to have to... Hold on. I should put run HP on. But also, I need to go adjust something with controller settings. Because I know what's going on with this. Steam, I know you don't like S input, but I need you to do something for me, Steam. Details. Open. No, I don't need joystick sensitivity. Oh, you keep thinking the thing is slightly being pressed. Oh. Well, that might be a problem. A, D, 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 D. Left, right, up, down. Rebinding so I can get... You know what? Actually, hold on. Cancel. Copy to clipboard. I need to change this manually on Steam. Oh, crud. ABXY, left, Y, right, right. Left trigger A4, right trigger A5. But there's something with this that is not correct. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a look at something. Controller cast is... I'm going to have to restart it, aren't I? Yeah, I'm going to have to restart it after this, so let's just terminate that for now. Swap you over to this. I want to see what it says for this now. Again, test of inputs. Okay, so that's the problem. It thinks it's being pressed halfway, so I'm going to have to figure that out later. You know what? Let's try this. What do you think if I use this one? Up, down. Okay, so you're saying correct for here, which means you work with this one. I don't know if, you're recognizing a PS3 controller. You should not be recognizing a PS3 controller. 1, 2, 3. S input. There we go. All right, so let's make sure this is working now. Details of S input. Game. Okay, Rumble doesn't work with... Wait, no, Rumble does work. Rumble does work normally. Begin test. Up, down. Okay, yeah, that's a thing of... I'm going to need to talk to them about that. It constantly thinks that it's being pressed. Okay. So then, here's what we do. We just live with it. And we live with it. We are constantly running. Alright, let me make sure this is correctly set up now.
Swap.
Okay, controller chaos is working. I just can't not run. I'm also not getting super jump. Even though Hawk is like super jump master. That's why I wasn't getting it right. Okay.
Neutral.
Right, I wasn't getting it because I had to use the D-pad to hit both. And my brain wasn't ready for that. You know, this is another one that I could easily put in on that speedrun wheel. It's very frantic, yes. But also, pretty sure it's completable in like under half an hour. And really, that's the goal that I'm going to need to do for putting something on that speedrun wheel. Can I beat the game can I reasonably beat the game in under half an hour? Well, that would have worked. I bet you that right there would work on a proper cycle. Aw, he could have been nice to me. Yeah, this is why I do that. This is why I go block. Because it's more worth it to block than risk him getting a 3 and me needing to do a whole other cycle. And you know, he can just let me do this sometimes. I need to go through and, why am I picking that up? Huck can just go through it. I need to go through and finish, working on getting this music working with Harkinian later. Well, not only Harkinian, I need to, I worked on a, what's it called? An M3U pack for Curse Crackers that I can use when I play, I didn't need to go that way. That I can use when I play Link to the Past randomizer. I need to do that for Prodigal and this. Hey, Croc! We got one of the rarer ones. Alright, pinball time. Come on, there we go. There. I am bad at pinball now. The timing. If I sat down and drilled this again, I'd get that timing. Hawk, I forgot. You just break this game wide open. Ah! Stop! I went right into the one pit I did not want to go into. Which is why I went into it, clearly. Okay. I hate how some of these rooms I'm doing better than I had previously when I tried doing speedruns of this. That's what I was trying to do before. Just throw it right up at you. I am still... Min, if you're still here, I know there's a good chance it won't happen, but man, seeing the Graven possibility on the Kickstarter still makes me want to know what's going to happen. I know it's not going to be what I was thinking back at the time originally, but my brain just kept on going of, oh, is Tedra finally going to use that forbidden cookbook? Obviously, that's not necessarily the case at this point, but still, I'm now even more curious considering. Now I feel like I missed something, and I'm gonna have to go double check lore chat to see what it is that my brain bee is not thinking of. Bees! Hi, Bramble. You murder someone in the next game. Like, outright murder them. Ah. Okay, I thought I got hit right at the end there as well. But, you know, I am looking forward to Dawn Thief and, quite frankly, any other, I don't really, yeah, no, I'm just looking forward to that and any other information that you guys eventually release for it. Poor guy. I got rid of his floor, and he didn't know what to do. He was just stuck in Wile E. Coyote mode. This game is fun. I'm sorry I'm being quiet. This game is fun. I'm having fun. It's fast-paced. It's fast-paced, which is part of the reason why my brain's being a little quiet right now. I need to hit you like 2 or 3 more. You know what? That's probably enough. One of the things with speedrunning is trying to figure out how with Hawk can I go ahead and reduce the number of cycles. The goal is to reduce the number of boss cycles. That's what today's turning into. Man, I want to get back into speedrunning all this stuff. I also admittedly, when I do get back into speedrunning, which again is probably starting next week, I'm going to have to start actually paying attention to what buttons I press when for things. Just because. Man, I still can't believe I didn't notice this until the challenge rooms. It's like, now that I've noticed it once, I hear it constantly of the motif in it. Also, it was so difficult for me when I was recording for the Let's Play to not get the secret character in this stage. It took effort for me not to accidentally. Wow. I'm doing fantastic. All right, you know what? Blimp time. Hey, there we go. There we go. My brain forgot the buttons. My brain just forgot all the buttons. Let's not fall down the pit for a fourth time. Wait. Can I? Oh, there we go. You actually just have to lift the head off. So if I go try to... it's just a thing I have to talk to the joypad guy about. Because I didn't even realize it was doing that until, you know, this game where I said, wait, I can't not press it. But that explains the other controller mapping problems I was having before also. Not fast enough. My one bane, pressing things fast. Come on. That's the problem. I'm jumping before I'm grabbing. Oh, I can still damage him up here. Funny. Okay. That's definitely not faster, but it amuses me that I can still do that. Can I do that from the gate? No, not out of the gate. My brain. Okay, let's not get surprised this time. Let's just do this the intended way. Thank you for telling me a controller is disconnected. This, the frog is going to be my bane. Barrel frog. Also realizing there's a ceiling I'm hitting up there. I need that. That's kind of important. Nope. I do enjoy how controller effects aren't even being done, and my brain is already messing up controller buttons on its own. Though, part of that also is, I think, because I'm not holding down the run button. And in this and Curse Crackers, I would hold down the run button because it was easier for me to release it the few times I didn't want to run than to double tap. Oh, into the pit I go. Oh, wait. Hi, secret. I'll take a two-cycle. I'll take a two-cycle Ursula. I feel like I'm mispronouncing her name. Also, I love... This, I think, might be my favorite individual song in Claire. However, playing all of Challenge Mode or all of Coin Team back-to-back, as though that was a single... Oh, hey, that guy still kills me on its death. Playing all of the Coin Team or all of the Challenge Modes, like, as a single song, they then trump this just because of the hearing the slight variations back that way. I enjoy it. In what I have tried doing for Harkinian Claire, that's what I have for the Coin Team. I have all the Coin Team songs as one thing. The wooden dolls do not like me. The wooden dolls do not like me. And now the last level. Goodbye, B. Or B-Bot, I should say. It's not real B, it's just B-Bot. Nope! I can't believe I stopped myself from dying right there.
Lim, get some water.
Angel, I shall, once I deal with this clown. This clown that we have clearly never seen before. This clown that is clearly unique and isn't at all the star of the next game, Dawn Thief. Cursed Chapter Dawn Thief. I did that right. I'm looking forward to that. Alright, let's grab that liquid. And I am sitting upright. Thank you for checking, though. That wall there. That ceiling there. I'm actually surprised throwing the key there ended up doing that. Now we got it. Just gotta wait for one. Rain? I don't know why I'm thinking it's a different button to do some things. Like, I feel I'm fighting my muscle memory. But I'm pretty sure nothing's changed. Those puzzles are going to be annoying, constantly running. But honestly, the constant running thing is solvable. It's just don't use the USB to USB device. That way I can play with X input instead. That was not the throw button. Why am I being forgot what throw was for a second? I don't know. Once ads play, I am going to take a break and get more water because I am out. In fact, you know what? I'm going to get to a specific room And then I'm going to go take that break. Alright, I'm going to take that break. Everyone enjoy the PA guy as he berates us. I'll be right back. Oh wow, I got back at the time because we waited for him. Granted, we have a minute and a half left for ads. I do enjoy this, Min. Yes, it's tied to something else, but after learning about this is great. I'm not going to worry about finding the other door, though. Oh, wait, okay. So even though I'm not focused... Okay, I need to check something. Ah! So if I stay focused in a Steam-based game, it still captures my inputs. Okay, okay. Now I'm understanding a little bit more as to how that, meow pad thing is working. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but still. You know what? We'll keep going. Ads are back in about 20 seconds. I was about to say, it's not like they'll miss much. I realize I might go through 4 rooms before ads are back in 20 seconds. I think I could probably do that. With enough bounces, I could probably do that room without it. Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, I messed that up. Yes, I messed that up. I see where my brain overcomplicated everything again. You'd think by now I'd be better at Puyo stuff, but I am not. Also, trying to remember, is this the... I just need to see his name. I just need to see the name, Banker. Quill. Okay, it is. Okay. I couldn't remember the name. If we get Curse Crackers, I'll go double check the thing that my brain's trying to remember. Why does Bea have so many statues of herself? Let me rephrase. Why does Bea have so many statues of herself that people are using as weapons? trying to remember how many levels left. No, that was only level 2. So we got this and 2 more. I think. Because I don't think this is the grave. This might be the grave. I can't remember. Yes, this is the grave. Okay. So this and 2 more levels was the correct statement. Okay, this one I at least remember. Now it's time to fight Prize Master. Okay, I lucked out. I lucked out, I say, as I fall to my doom. Oh, don't you dare tell... RNG's not going to be that broken. No, it's not. Gotta attack the one that's not looking. It's okay, I'm sure Sir Tone is still alive. Honestly, he actually probably is. I feel he probably is and going to... We didn't see a corpse. We might see a body right here, but that doesn't mean that's a corpse. That guy almost always seems to sucker punch me. Wait, no, there's another level after this. Because this is where we fight Clyde. This is where we fight Clyde. We don't fight Bramble yet. Guess who messed up? This guy. I thought that went in the wrong one. Goodbye, bankers. Ah, him jumping up hurts. You know, I will give Clyde this. With his fire sword, he can at least put out some damage. Granted, Hawk's a little bit better, what with his, I'm just gonna lariat. Hawk played Zangief and he didn't learn how to grapple. All he learned was lariat. He didn't learn spinning pile driver. Though then again, he might know spinning pile driver. Pay no mind to the secret room I just showed. I'm sure it has nothing to do with a club that has a yacht. I will remember those at some point. Who's ready to fight Bramble? Ah! Wait, it doesn't matter in this one. I can die all I want. Death is not as much of a time loss against Bramble here. Alas, no secret palette. Also, I enjoy how this area has been teleported to the colorless realm twice now. Twice! I remember doing this the first time and being on Eleanor and not being able to do anything about these all, so I just floated underneath. Alright, so we are about to get a free spin though, because we're about to finish Clear All mode. Hey, Lear. I think this is the best place to get that point bonus. That is not the throw button. I will at some point figure out a faster way to do this than what I am doing. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Okay, I'm not sure who I missed. I had to throw someone once I got over there, though. But hey, Claire's done. Well, since Claire is done, that does mean that's time for one more wheel spin of the night. Because it is 10. We might have another if you guys reduce it in time. But what will potentially be our last game? We are going to go play. Okay, we're ending with some X-Zodiac. So give me a second to go start that up. Here's hoping it doesn't do weird things to me with the pads being pressed down constantly. Where is what I'm looking for? This is what I'm looking for. Now I just need to actually launch. I know it's been a while since I loaded you. You are not that is not a spot to load. I'm sorry, no, I need to close you. You are loading like halfway off the screen. Try this again. This doesn't work. We might do... Oh, wait. There we go. But we need to preload some shaders. And hopefully not have it be incredibly loud. Yeah, this will be the last name. Yep, this will be the last name for the guide. This will be the last game for the night. And then... tomorrow's going to end up being Fru in the evening, and then Sunday will be Fru in the evening as well. I just have a few things I need to take care of during the day tomorrow. So no, we're not. At some point, I will do Saturday. I'll do something on Saturdays before Fru at some point, but I'm giving it a little bit. Really, what I should be doing is some video editing. Oh, you're going to be incredibly loud. Do I have volume control? There. Here's hoping I'm not in trouble with the triggers being pressed constantly. Oh, they added a lot. Yeah, this wasn't here when I last played. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've added 6 planets since then. I also accidentally hit back, just like I do with Star Fox 64. Oh my god, you are not inverted. You are not inverted. I am sorry? I am an airplane. I need it to be inverted. There we go. Very SNES Star Fox in this game, by the way. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this game is very... I missed that data. When I say this game is very Star Fox. Oh, wow, you shot a missile after you died. I was baiting you with her hair. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. One of my, this thing button for the left is also the press bomb button right now. I'm going to assume that's something to do with what I've done with controller chaos. Definitely more I could be doing. I know there's more I could be doing in this. But, man. Okay, hold on. Can I adjust that? Can I adjust that? Continue is not options. Control setup. Customize controls. Let's see. Up, down, left, right. I don't need. Fire. That is not face button right. That is face button down. Bomb should be, you know what, bomb is that. Fire is, that is not bottom. Boost is that. Brake is that. Okay. I don't know why you think that's other buttons, but I'm not going to question it. Time to fight a rat in Scorpion. Okay, this is definitely a case of spamming is going to do more damage. Assuming, you know, I can hit. I enjoy how I said that. Now I'm showing that I'm wrong. Only works if he's got a huge hitbox. I don't know how far we'll go with this game, to be fair. Minimum damage bonus. I took apparently 100% damage in that fight, or in that stage. I just repaired enough. Alright, go through the stuff, get a missile. Which I have 4 of. I now see where to tell that. I'm getting hit so much. Oh, hey, fire. Wait, something, fight, or take bomb. I'll take bomb. Ah, missed extra missile. I'm also realizing I probably should change what buttons do what for some things. Realizing I am getting tired. I hate to say it, we might actually end after this stage. I'm realizing I'm being quiet, but also realizing, like, there's a reason I'm being quiet now. My brain is... Hi, my brain's falling asleep. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this level and that'll be about it. So, thank you all very much for helping with controller chaos testing. Not done much damage. I really need you to stay on screen more, please. Thank you. Alright, your segments are gone. Nothing compared to this. Well, too bad he doesn't get to do whatever his final move is going to be. Yeah, no, I am fading. So we are going to... Hey, we did a lot better that time. Oh, wait, right. We have to do another stage because I got a piece of data. Time for the Space Harrier part. Seriously. You have the Sega and Nintendo early 3D rail shooters. One has you in a ship, the other you just sort of fly around with a giant and no reticle. I'm also about to die. Hi, egg with a face. Why do you have a face? Why does the egg have a face? Why is it a face egg? Why does the egg have a face? Well, whatever, we beat the face egg. Well, I got an A rank. I'll take it. But yeah, no, I'm gonna put the controller down. I'm glad to see that it's working, though. I'm glad to... Where's my controller? There's my controller. And let's swap over here for a second. So yeah, controller chaos is still working. There are some things I need to take a look at, and now that I've noticed that trigger issue, I'm going to bring it up with the guy to see if there's anything that can be done about that. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed. As I have a button for this. I have a button for this. As I was mentioning, tomorrow, this is not showing all of it. Great. I've got to go fix... Oh, no, it is. It's just... Anyway, tomorrow, it was going to be Archipelago Wheel, but A, we finished Archipelago Wheel yesterday, and B, we found a sub, so we are actually going to be doing Futures Rewritten Ultimate both tomorrow and Sunday at 7:30 Eastern, which would be, for those of you watching right now, it would be starting about 3 hours ago. But, yeah. Again, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed. And let me see who is on to toss a raid over to. Let's see. No, not videos. I want live. There we go. That's why things looked a little weird there. Oh, wow, there are a lot of people on. I'm not going to go with Jiggy. He's doing Summer Game Fest React. Maybe Sarah. Wait. Alright, we're going to go say hi to Yop. Yop is currently playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Looks like they're doing it online with others. At least others that they know. No, it is open lobby. So if people want to join Yop for Smash Brothers, it looks like it's an open lobby. So you are welcome to. But again, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all take care. And for those of you who I see for Futures Rewritten, looking forward to seeing it. And for everyone else, I think I said this already and I'm rambling, but yeah. For everyone, anyway, take care, everyone. And before I forget, you do not have to use either of these, but if you would like to, please feel free to use either of these rating messages. The one Galcard sent should work for followers. The one I sent admittedly does require subscribers because I can't give followers animated emotes yet. But yeah, take care, everyone, and have a good night.